What's up, guys? So I'm working on getting completely fired up. And as usual, I have my 3/4 decaf coffee. I just don't want to get too amped up right now. But I want to talk about basically like a guaranteed way to increase your bench press or pressing strength, at least in my experience. And there's a couple things I just like to mention that I believe are equally as important or even more important than what I want to talk about. And the first thing is that you have to believe in yourself. And also, there's like a psychology in weightlifting, I believe, or strength, because like if you keep going to the gym and you're doing the same thing, it's hard to get excited. And then also if you're failing and you feel like you're not going anywhere, it's really hard to get amped up. And I believe the state of mind you're in sometimes can make you stronger, okay? But the thing I want to talk about is, maybe you're going to the gym and doing a bench press every single day, and it's like, it just kind of sometimes for me loses the excitement and stuff like that. And so maybe for some people that works really well. But for me, what I want to talk about, what I've been doing and what I've had to do is basically like, let's say I'm doing a bench press, right? And I feel like I keep failing and maybe I plateaued. Okay, well then I'll switch it to like basically a low incline press and do maybe that. And then I'll go up in that. And then, then maybe I'll go to like a normal incline press and then I'll go up in that. And then when I start failing, then maybe I'll go back, then I'll go maybe to like a dead press, okay? And then from there, then maybe I'll go to a close grip, low incline press. And then maybe I'll do a high incline press, okay? Switching the grips and switching the, or maybe go to a decline press. Basically, you have to find like a system that works for you. And, it's just interesting because it's like you can go from one lift to another. And then once you start making PRs on, like let's say like a low incline press or an incline press, then you get like fired up again to go back to the gym and you're making gains. And then that like psychology isn't like, or whatever you want to, I don't even know if that's the right word, but like that mind state of like failing isn't there. And so you're like fired up to go to the gym, and then you can go to maybe back to another variation. So I'm just like basically sometimes like climbing ladders and going back down and stuff like that. But the closer you are to what you're trying to do, obviously, helps a little bit more, and because I don't know if I was just doing like overhead presses and then I went to basically a bench press, how much that would, transfer. But if I go from like an overhead press to like a high incline press to an incline press to a low incline press, and, like that's just what I've been doing, and I've noticed that it's like, it's working very well. And also like maybe switch to a close grip, and see, and then you could go back to a bench press. Like let's say you do like a low incline press or an incline press close grip, then you go back to a bench press and you do your normal grip, and I would believe that the weight might feel a little bit like easier or whatever. And so, that's just what's working for me. But sometimes you have to find like a system to be able to get yourself fired up. Maybe you've plateaued or whatever on a certain, angle. So now you got to switch it to a different angle and just, keep going. Also like, maybe if you're doing like a bunch of high reps or, like I was never one of those lifters that could like basically, be doing reps at 12 and then go hit like a 1 rep max PR. I mean, I remember when I was working on doing the reps at 225, like a couple of years ago, before I had all these layoffs and stuff, I did like a, 18 reps with 225 or 17, I don't know. But then, my bench around there was like 340, but then I don't even know if I could have, if like 315 felt hard, okay? Because if you're not training some people can get away with that, I've heard, but for me, that never worked. So it's like, also, you don't need to be like scared about doing like working on your incline press and then thinking that your bench press is going to go down. Maybe if you did that for a year, I don't know, like, because I've heard some people then get stronger at like basically an incline press. But for me, I haven't had that experience, and I just got back from the gym, and I failed a 330 dead bench, and then after that, I went to a 275 incline press and got it. And, so like a week ago, I failed the 275 incline press, and then I just got it basically after attempting a rep of 330 and warming up to that. So obviously I was, worn down a little bit. So I just every time I start, failing or whatever on lifts, and I don't like, and then it basically takes away from the fun, and then you get down on yourself, and then you think maybe what you're doing isn't, working or whatever. Then I just switch the lift and go to try something that, I believe that I can be better at it. And so it's just about like, switching the stuff. And some people maybe are scared to do that. Maybe you could even go to basically a pause bench press or something, okay? I'm just saying that, and yeah, maybe my best bench press was only 315 so far, and like a dead bench of 325. But I haven't gone back down to the bench. But I used to be a lot stronger, okay. But I was heavier, and I've had these things happen in my life where I've had to take time off, and coming off these certain drugs and medications and stuff like that sometimes was making me very weak, and it was like hard at times to even go to the gym. So I plan on showing what I'm talking about, and seeing how far and how much stronger I can get. But so far, it's been working for me. So it's just an idea. So maybe if you're stuck doing the same stuff, you could literally just switch it basically just to a low incline, okay? And maybe if you don't want to go too far away, or a close grip incline or whatever, or maybe you're doing a bench press, you could switch to a narrower grip, and then for a while, and then go back out to it. You might be surprised how much more fired up you're getting. But for me, that's maybe just going to a close grip is not like as intriguing. So I have to go to like maybe a low incline or incline press or a high incline press just so I can believe that I'm getting stronger and get fired up. And then after that, then I might go back down or go work on another lift that's a little bit more similar to what the bench press. I don't even know exactly what my goal is right now. All I know is that I just keep getting stronger on these presses. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. But anyways, that's just a little tip in case that you've been struggling for a while on a certain bench press or whatever. And I've noticed for me that even moving my grip in closer, I feel like I'm stronger. So maybe, I don't know why everyone's going so wide, just because they've probably seen a bunch of people do that, but maybe that might not be how you're the strongest. Or maybe you are right now wide, but maybe you would realize if you go in a little bit closer. I mean, these are just ideas, but the main thing is like basically finding a system that works for you and switching leverages. I mean, that's just my idea and through my experience what I believe to work. But anyways, let me know if you liked the video and subscribe for more content. Thanks.